Hi, I want to share my new book with you, Thrive, Applying Biblical and Quantum Energy Principles to Live a Transformed Life. So I'm going to share a little bit about why I wrote this book. So I've been a Christian a really long time, over 30 years, and I've walked really closely with the Lord in that time. And my heart has always been from an early age, shortly after I became a Christian, I felt called into counseling, inner healing ministry, deliverance, just healing the wounded soul, the wounded heart. And parallel to that, I was also had some health issues, some addiction issues. And so as I began to seek recovery for my eating disorder, that brought a whole lot of principles into my life and models of healing. As I began to seek healing for chronic fatigue syndrome, that also introduced me to alternative medicine, nutrition, supplements. And that began my journey of really dealing a lot in the realm of addiction, counseling. And then I married a person who had a sexual addiction. And then that led me further down that trail of understanding the soul, codependency, my own need for healing, and having healthy relationships. So fast forward, being in the church a long time, and especially in America, I just really noticed that I didn't see a lot of victory in the church. Even with people who had powerful inner healing experiences, they didn't seem to stick or to last. They would seem to work for a while, and then people would fall back into old patterns, old behaviors. It's like their heart or their subconscious or their soul had not truly been transformed and renewed. They just had gone through like a short-term kind of heightened state of elation through the spiritual experience they may have had in that inner healing. And not to say it didn't do some good, but I just would be discouraged. I'm not a hype person. I like to see fruit. I like to see results. God healed me of an eating disorder. It took time. It was a process. God healed me of chronic fatigue. My body healed itself. Let me just say that, because we were designed to heal ourselves. How do we know that? Cut yourself, you bleed, you clot, you scab, looks good. Okay, so we have supernatural healing when God just miraculously heals, and we have things that we were designed by this amazing God to heal ourselves. And that's how we were designed. We have an amazing body, soul, and spirit that was designed to stay in peace and joy and wellness. And that's always what it's shooting for. So I began to see that I just felt like there were some pieces missing in the church, that people weren't walking in something that would be attractive to other people who would go, I want that. The church was experiencing just as much addiction. I was in addiction ministry, sexual addiction ministry. All of these men were Christians. And so there was this, what is it, God? Why is the church not have better tools than the world if we're supposed to have you in this relationship with you? So what's missing? Fast forward after 2010, God began to direct me down a path of quantum physics, the law of attraction. And like many people in the mid 2000s, when The Secret came out, I thought, well, this is new age. This isn't scriptural or biblical. And so I kind of threw it out. And God began to bring me back down that path again. As I really understood these principles, I thought, oh, that's the same principle that's in my Elijah House principles that I learned. That's the same principle as this. Oh my gosh, Jesus said that. And I realized that they weren't conflicting. God created science. He created quantum physics. Everything is ordered with God. There's no chaos. So even if it feels chaotic to us, He has an order. And so quantum physics is really the science behind God's order that doesn't always make sense with Newtonian physics, which is locked in space and time in our order. And so I began to put these things together, and as I began to apply scriptural principles from my life, now that I had this quantum understanding of why they mattered, why is it powerful, according to 2 Corinthians 10:5, why should we take our thoughts captive? If I now had a new motivation to do it based on what is the consequence of not taking my thoughts captive, and I can explain that from a scientific standpoint, what does it mean to believe? What does faith mean? What does it mean to not be in fear? what are the results of my prayers when I'm not in fear and when I'm in faith versus, just shooting some prayer out there without any real belief it's going to come to pass. So God began to lead me on this journey little by little by little, and that is the accumulation of understanding and revelation with my 30 years of previous inner healing counseling training that has all gone into writing this book, plus the past 7 years of private practice using these principles and stories from that private practice. So I hope you'll get it. I truly, truly believe that there is life-changing information in here, how to stay well physically, health-wise, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. It's jam-packed with things to do, things to apply, and easy to understand principles. So I hope you buy this book. More than that, more than reading it, I hope you'll actually take steps to apply this to your life. And I have some other books that that also are practical application as well. But I really, really want to see this get into your hands. So I hope you'll take it, especially right now. We need to be healthy. We need to take a stand for our personal health. Like no other time in history, it matters right now. God bless you.